I think we should do something before we start the actual podcast, though. Everybody, hands together. Let's go and give it a clap. Congratulations to the world champion, Spain. Manny, the only one that got that prediction right?
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Well, I mean, you did predict.
I did predict them to win, but the scoreline was a little different
that we expected it. Yeah, we just had our World Cup final happening today with, of course, Spain being now named world champions. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but of course, first, we want to bring up the game that happened yesterday, which was France versus England. Now, was anybody expecting that game to go the way it did at all?
No.
What was, I mean, I think, of course, we were all expecting even from the get-go. I mean, I know we had our semifinal games. France didn't play the way they did, ended up getting eliminated from going to the finals, and so did with England. But I think the first half was the most shocking thing that I've witnessed within this whole World Cup. Reason why is because we know how much of a powerhouse France is anyways. Mm-hmm. And for them to get scored on 4 goals within that first half, I don't think anybody could have predicted that to happen at all. I mean, what were you guys watching it live? Or like, what did you guys think while going through that game?
Yeah, whenever I was watching it, like I had the mindset of like, oh, it's gonna be kind of like a slow game. Slow build up, and then finally at the end, there'll be like 2 or 3 goals or something like that. But for them to score 4 goals against France, like coming out the gate like that, it was crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Oh no, it was not expected at all. I mean, I expected a back and forth.
I would have thought, maybe going like 1 goal and then
I was like, okay, cool. I mean, he didn't start. Kane didn't play at all, and Bellingham wasn't playing, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. When I was like watching the game in and out, and I turned it on. I was like, oh, it's 0-0 right now. No, actually, I turned it on and it was already 2-0.
Whenever you first started watching,
I was like, wait a minute. It's like we're barely in the 20th minute. I just got home.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right. So I went to do something else, and like I came back and it was 4-0, and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, it was too crazy. I didn't get the minutes about when the goals were, but I want to say the first goal came with Saka. I want to say scoring. Yeah, crazy enough, Saka didn't get out as much playing time as I think he would imagine from this World Cup. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think he definitely proved some kind of statement from today that he ended up getting a hat trick in this game as
3
well.
goals.
So yeah, that was crazy anyways. But I mean, 3 goals to Saka. You talked about Bellingham not getting as much playing time, but still making as big of an impact that he did, getting the last goal of the game and solidifying that England was going to end up winning anyways. Declan Rice ended up actually getting the first goal. Actually, let me go back a little bit.
The first Premier League goal scorer, right? For
first Premier League goal scorer?
Something like some kind of crazy stat like that. It's like I think only for this tournament, but it's the first Premier League player to score in this World Cup.
Oh,
really?
Rice. I think that's what the statement was. I can't remember exactly what
it was,
but there was a statement for it.
Because, I mean, Premier League player to score in this tournament, I mean, you had Merino from Spain.
Well, I mean, like English one.
Okay, English player.
English player. Okay. English Premier League player.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll say, if I remember right, there were some other ones too. But, okay, no, yeah, I did not know that. So, I want to say Rice was the first one to score. And then Konsa from header ended up getting in for the second one. Saka started then scoring his hat tricks anyways, and that was the end of the first half. Again, once the 4-0 came in from first half, I was just thinking to myself, like, how many more goals can England end up scoring in the second half?
They had so many chances to score. Like, Ivan Toney, I think Ivan Toney came in, like, really good with them because he's a fast player as well. Yeah. So him and Saka being those quick, like, attacking people as well. I don't know if Gordon played or not that day. But I like those 3 up front, just speed, pretty much. Yeah.
I want to say Rashford was the one playing next to him.
He was.
Rashford. That's who it was.
Tony, Saka.
And, like, they had so many one-on-ones that the goalie, like, ended up saving, or, like, defender got there last second that they should have been at least 6 goals up. the first half.
Was it more of England showing their class and clinical skill that day, or was it more of like France just completely not even looking like they wanted to play that first half?
I think it was just France just like pretty much because I think they had a bunch of a couple of like players that haven't been playing in defense. Like I think his name was like Gusto or something like that.
Yeah.
Who that was?
Malo Gusto, from
But also France, the goalie didn't even move.
Yeah,
so like, that goal, like I was like, bro, take him out.
Honestly, I was thinking about that. I was surprised. I know before the game they were even talking about should England and France play their 18 players. I mean, or should they put more, players that haven't really had as many minutes or as much of a chance to play in the World Cup? Should they allow them to just go and just finish this game off? I think France have more of their first team players rather than England. I mean, England still had a good, decent amount, but you can tell, of course, even with the goalkeeper for England, they ended up switching him out. Pickford didn't play at all. Ivan Toney was playing. Rashford got some more minutes. Saka got the most minutes and had the most biggest impact. I was kind of even like looking to see, but again, I think you mentioned it as well whenever we were talking about it. Just France didn't necessarily. I don't know if it was just from the player pool that they ended up choosing, but they just didn't show up at all.
Yeah.
But now getting into the second half, I do want to say France. I don't know what happened during the halftime. What ended up happening? Talking through whatever the French coach had to mention, but they all of a sudden started wanting to come back and play, and then they ended up scoring 3 goals back to back to back, and ended up almost getting very close to tying up with England for a good bit. Mbappe all of a sudden turned it on. He scored 2 goals in this game. And I want to say Dembele started getting into this game as well. Let me look through my notes real quick. Or it was Barcola.
Yeah.
Barcola was the one that ended up getting some goals as well. Yeah. But yeah, at some point ended up being 3-4 in the game, and you would have might thought like, okay,
they're gonna tie it.
They're gonna
take it into
yeah. But from what ended up happening, they had the momentum, they kept going, and I want to say it got ruined when Malo Gusto ended up going in for the slide, ended up missing the challenge or missing the ball, and ended up PK for England. Yeah. So I will say within this game, because I do want to bring it up, I mentioned it from before in the previous predictions and whatnot that I wanted Michael Elise to end up being like a great star player for this team, and funny enough, he ended up having a overall pretty decent World Cup, but I want to say in this game, I feel like he disappointed in a sense. If you guys have had a chance to watch that second half, he could have been the reason why France could have had the chance to win the game. He missed 2 or 3 open chances right in front of goal, putting him wide. And then, he had 2 assists within this game, I want to say. That was the only contribution he had. But again, the most disappointing thing was the fact that he missed clear open chances to score and put this French team away. And then, of course, I want to say the biggest highlight I want to say is just Bellingham coming in last couple of minutes that he played, and he dribbled through the defense, went around the goalkeeper, and then just finished it off. England winning 6-4 in this game. And it was funny enough. I got it from somebody else. It almost felt like an NBA All-Star game. If you guys have watched those before, at the very beginning it's slow, no one's really caring, and then all of a sudden at the very end, people are just going in trying to score. It almost felt like that way. But I mean, any other initial thoughts that you guys thought? A lot of people said that they would prefer this to be the final rather than the one that we just had. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it really was up to the teams. Like they could have done this to begin with. Like. If they had this much like chances and stuff like that, where was this whenever y'all needed it the most? In
the semis.
So
where was the passion? Where was the? I mean, honestly, like I turned it off after like the 3-0. I was like, bro, there's no like. And my thing is like I think France came back mainly because they didn't want to be embarrassed. Because England played very different than they had the whole tournament. Because usually England scored and they would park the bus. And no, they kept attacking. They kept wanting to score. And I did mention it. I said England has a lot to prove with this game more than France did.
No, yeah,
and they needed to win it. And they came but France came back and they showed why they've gone to where they are all the way till now. Because it basically happened the same like 4 years ago. You would think Argentina was just gonna have it, and then France came back and Mbappe's like scored the hat trick.
Yeah,
and they proved that they they're willing to fight. They proved what they should have proved against Spain.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen a stat that slowly France has been descending, even though they have been one of the best teams in the world anyways. But if you look at it, 2018, they won the World Cup.
Yeah.
2022, they ended up getting second place. And then in this game, they ended up going from second to fourth. So they're slowly starting to descend. Even though some people might not see it that way, like, oh, they're still one of the top teams, if not one of the best teams in the world on their day. But it just slowly hasn't shown within these last two games.
It shows the age. It shows like you can see it because they don't have. They're not who they were 8 years ago. Like age and then the climate, everything does take a toll on you. Yeah. Especially that they played more games in this tournament too.
And they're playing in the middle of the days too. Yeah.
It's hot.
I do feel like most of the teams, they do need kind of like some type of veteran player that knows like the circumstances of like what's going on. Like,
you think Mbappe with playing all these years and everything, even from the young age of like 18, whenever he first won the World Cup, you think that's enough to be veteran status, or you have to be already within like 30 plus?
I would suggest I would say like an older person, maybe I mean, the only like how Modric was with Croatia, like.
Yeah.
He's getting in there, up there with age and stuff like that. But this past World Cup, he was still like 30 something. Was it 32?
Do you feel like France was missing that?
Because they're missing some type of like veteran player to keep them like their head in the game, pretty much. Like,
okay.
I feel like they lost they like their what's it called, like personality, kind of like
their identity and how
they're kind of like missing it. And I feel like that kind of showed a bit whenever they played against Spain. Like, and then it showed even more whenever they played against England as well.
Okay, so just lacking a bit of maturity.
Yeah.
Most likely then? Okay. Because the only person I can think that's most likely a veteran already playing consistent minutes was probably Rabiot. And also maybe Digne, because they're already 30 plus.
Yeah.
So those are the only ones I can think of. But yeah, I can kind of see that as well. And I want to say it was simple mistakes, really. I mean, but I think the most part, that first half really caught them off guard. And I think if they wouldn't have started that slow, we could have been seeing a different game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
sure.
Probably one of the contenders for the most interesting game within this World Cup tournament for sure. But yeah. Let us know what you guys think about that game. We are going to compare it to another one, which is going to be now the World Cup final. Spain versus Argentina. If I am correct from watching the game, and then the times to where it panels out around the stadium, I mean, you guys can tell me. From me trying to remember, I feel like I saw more Spanish shirts.
Yes.
More Spain shirts out there than Argentina. I could be wrong. I don't know what you guys think about that. I felt like the vibe was more for Spanish anyways. I know the narrative, everybody was rooting for Spain. I don't think no one really wanted Argentina to win anymore. And I would say I felt like I was let down from Argentina within this game.
Yes.
People have been shouting, saying that, Argentina's a dirty team. And we've already been talking about that. But I want to say that the way their style, of them being dirty and whatnot, I feel like it kind of did show a lot more within this. I don't want to say that there was any biases towards any kind of decisions, but it kind of felt like this one was almost a little bit, they were giving Argentina these like little cheap fouls going towards them. And I don't know, I don't want to end up feeling that way, because I did kind of root for Argentina in the sense that I just wanted Messi to go out and win.
Yeah.
But in this game, I don't know, I was kind of getting pissed that the ref was kind of letting these little small wimpy fouls go on, and then for Spain having those exact same things, and it doesn't.
He kept stopping them.
That is on the ref as well. Like you can tell like he was losing the game at the towards the end, because of all the little, like you said, the little cheap fouls that he was calling and stuff. Yeah. But whenever it was like a serious foul, he would hesitate to turn to. Yeah,
he wasn't blowing the whistle either.
Exactly.
He was taking a minute to blow that whistle.
Yeah. If anything, there were more times to where going towards Spain, that should have been a foul. That should have been some kind of call.
Yeah.
And then going Argentina's way, I was like, you could have let that one slide if you're letting some of these Spanish fouls being slid off as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. First half, pretty quiet. But I would say for sure Spain did have the better chances to goal anyways. Martinez was, I think, at the start going towards the last couple minutes, when it hit 80 minutes of the game, he ended up having 7 or 8 saves. And I don't even think Simeone ended up having any saves at all.
The only thing he did was when he came out when Messi had that breakaway.
That's right. When
he came. That's probably the closest thing he had.
And that's what he's been getting praised about is the fact that maybe not necessarily like, the saves and everything he's had anything crazy during this tournament, but more of like reading the game has been his best attribute within this World Cup. So yeah, first half being very quiet. Second half, it was almost the same thing. It was almost quiet, but it started turning up a little bit more about the aggression. And then of course we ended up getting the red card for Enzo Fernandez. I mean, let me ask you guys, do you feel like Argentina's setback within this second half was their aggressive tactic to just go out and try to frustrate Spain? Because in that instance, I mean, who was it? Paredes ended up getting a yellow because he was going too foul. Enzo Fernandez got a first yellow for like just shouting at the ref.
Yeah, for just shouting at the ref. And then there was that second yellow that he came in and like he kicked the player, right? Like he kicked him and it was the flip and everything.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand like playing aggressive, and I know people saying dirty for Argentina, but do you feel like that tactic just absolutely went complete the opposite way and did not help Argentina in this instance? I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I think it hurt them. I think it hurt them a lot because they came in very aggressive. They tried to be aggressive like they were with England, and England was taking it, the aggression. But Spain was very smart with those fouls. Like Spain was actually very smart, and Argentina came out and instead of them frustrating Spain, they got frustrated on themselves. They started getting frustrated because, like you said, those calls weren't being called for them. It wasn't they weren't able to, like mock their way out of it because this ref, like he I don't know if he wanted to prove a point too that he's not bought or whatnot but it was interesting. Yeah.
Well, the good thing is that Spain ended up, I felt like the whole time still playing their exact same way anyways, and like we talked about as well, I think what Manny talked about, as long as they can stay playing their style, they're gonna go out and they'll win. Manny, did you have any thoughts about just the fact that Spain was still able to go and play the way they were supposed to? I saw, if anything, I didn't see no flaws within Spain and how they were playing in this game. What did you think about that?
Yeah, like the pressure of Argentina wasn't there like how they normally would. I think if they were to be a little bit more aggressive, that they probably would have made them change it. But like since without that aggression of trying to race and get to the ball, Spain just had possession the whole first half. Kept it theirs.
Yeah, they had it 64% possession the first half. Yeah.
Spain is gonna always be dominant within possession every single game.
Yeah, and we spoke about that. Like Spain likes having possession. Like they like it, and it worked for them. It worked a lot for them.
Yeah. And then even so, like with that position, like you can kind of like open up as well, like little lanes that the defenders leave. That's why they had those clear chances of what was it? I think Oyarzabal had a chance to like a volley or something like that he had a chance with the defender just leaving him by himself. So yeah, I think it's just like those certain instances make them who they are, So that possession definitely helped out.
Yeah,
maybe not the most entertaining necessarily just to go and watch, just getting them all these passes, but it is one of the most effective, and clearly everybody can kind of see that's the way it goes for you guys to be able to go and win to be world champions. Messi though had a pretty quiet game. Messi quiet. did not do anything impressive in this game at all. Possibly Messi's last World Cup, possibly. I mean, what do you?
Oh,
like
for sure. Like, it's for sure. If
he didn't, he would be what, 42, 43?
43, yeah.
43, yeah. I don't think anybody's going to.
I don't think he'll be back to that.
Do you think he's still going to continue trying with the national team and maybe go into like one more Copa America, or you think this should be it?
I don't know. I feel like he might try to go for that last one because he didn't really give any like kind of like hints about him retiring from
or even slowing down at this point. I mean, again, he lasted a whole another 90 minutes plus. Yeah. I mean, I know people would say like, oh well, he's probably not fit from all the walking, but no, that's just his style.
Yeah,
that's how he is anyway. So yeah, unfortunately, possibly Messi's last big tournament with Argentina, unless he can last playing one more maybe Copa America. But we'll just have to wait and see. I hate to kind of see it just because I mean this is a lot of people's hero growing up and watching him. Maybe some people might have not liked watching him play with Argentina. Maybe some other teams like back in the day with Barcelona.
Yeah.
But just in general, I think people are not going to realize how much this is going to hurt until he actually goes out and starts saying he's retiring or whatnot.
Yeah, like
so.
I'm
for sure.
yeah,
I already
yeah,
dreaded
yeah.
the day.
Yeah. So I'm not waiting for that day to come, but I mean, this is already the first step in saying like, dang, it's already going to start being those goodbyes. So, and you saw him crying at the very end too.
Yeah.
Okay, so now comparing, of course, from the first two games, I mean, you got to say France versus England was, of course, the most entertaining.
Yes.
That was the best
sure.
game. Now that we're getting towards the end, we're, recapping all this, which we're going to make another video about that. But would you go and say that maybe France and England was the most entertaining game out of the whole tournament? Or do you guys might have some other ones in mind? Because I do want to talk a little bit more about this this game for Spain and Argentina, but I don't know. I feel like it didn't necessarily fit into a lot of people's expectations of how it was really going to go.
Yeah.
Very much quiet. I mean, and then at the of course, something happened at the last minute to where Ferran Torres ended up getting the goal. But I mean, this game, just another final that just ended up just being a 1-0 win. What do you guys think was the most entertaining game out of the whole tournament that you guys can remember?
I mean, I think it comes down to like a little bit of biases as well. But like certain Mexico games were like very fun to watch. That unfortunate crushing of Curacao, that first game, Germany 7-1, it's pretty good too.
Yeah.
The Cape Verde versus Argentina one where they went back and forth for a while was very good as well. And of course, this France and England one is really good.
Yeah.
I
would agree with Manny. Like I would agree with them. Like say bias, like to me, like the Mexico games, but the Cape Verde like against Argentina, that one was interesting. Like that one was
opened up
good.
a lot of
like
eyes.
that one still. I was like, all right, cool. And it was, the England France game was. At the first, it was very disappointing, but then seeing them come back and actually play, like it was like, yeah. Like this Spain Argentina game, like you saw it coming from both teams.
Yeah.
You knew if you know the style of the teams, it was interesting because the game really didn't get interesting till like it went to overtime.
Yeah, really. I mean, we know how good these teams are, especially Argentina. I know they do have some pretty good clinical players, but I mean, even that formation that they ended up having, the 4-4-2. I mean, I don't think they've typically been playing with that.
Well, also I think they had 2 subs in the first half due to injuries.
Yeah,
So
center backs.
that really affected him. Honestly, like some of the changes he made, I feel like he could have made like better subs.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I guess it was just like, hey, go get ready.
Was it just probably even the fact as well that Argentina didn't have the depth this time around?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like
Yeah.
I think Spain definitely did have some good depth anyways.
Yeah.
But also do want to talk about, because it happened at the very end, the awards that ended up happening. So do you guys agree, young player of the tournament, Cubarsí?
I think him and what's the other? Laporte did very good with defending in the Spain side.
Yeah.
I think it was a good choice.
Was it 2 or just 1 goal still?
1 goal.
Yeah,
Only
goal
one goal
allowed.
conceded throughout the whole tournament.
Throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah.
I feel like it was very deserving pretty much.
So we agree with Cubarsí earning tournament. Okay.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper. I mean, if you're only conceding 1 goal throughout the whole tournament,
then
you're gonna be
okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter how many goals you stopped. He only it's like okay, you may have stopped at like 1,000, but you conceded like 20.
Yeah.
So and then he 1 goal. That's very impressive.
You think if Argentina would have won this game, do you think it still would have went to Simon?
I think it still would have went to him, depending on of course
if there was any mistake, how he got scored. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we agree with Simon winning. Now the golden ball went to Rodri.
Yes.
Yeah, we agree on that as well.
Yeah.
I think if anything,
commanding center mid captain as well. So
some people might have not necessarily watched too much about him. I guess if you don't watch soccer properly, I mean, maybe you might be like, oh, why didn't you give it to Messi or somebody one of the more impactful players, I guess, for Argentina. But if you do understand it, you can see why, because he was a motor for this team anyways.
He captained the team. He led the team. He was he was a pillar to that team.
Yeah. And then I want to say the other one was Golden Boot, which went to Mbappe, of course, scoring the 10 goals within this tournament. So well deserved as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so we agree with all the trophies ended up. And you guys see at the very end, whenever they started giving Spain all the awards and then giving up the World Cup, this happened with the Club World Cup as well. Where Trump and Infantino ended up going out to go give the trophy and everything, and then I guess Infantino was waiting to like step off the stage and everything. And then Trump is still kind of like there
just
waiting for the celebration to happen.
Looking. But did you see at the end when the celebration happened, like he's like pulling them off?
Yeah, I tried to attract
like,
this way.
Bro, it's like
I'm kind of guessing is like I feel like either Trump is doing it on purpose to where he wants to be on camera and involved with it.
Of course he does. Like there's absolutely no doubt about that. It's like it's like you're holding on to that like so much. It's like get off.
No, because I was thinking to myself like they had to explain to him like, hey, once you give the trophy, step off.
But he doesn't care.
No, I would imagine
like he doesn't care.
He got some of the glory anyways. He started passing out the medals to the players as well and everything. So, and then the president from Mexico was there, and I guess I didn't know this. Well, Canada doesn't have a president; it's prime minister. Yeah, so all three of them was there.
The king was there.
The king was there.
The king was there.
Yeah,
the king of Spain was there.
He was it was the first ones from Spain, and then Argentina were the ones after them as well. I think Argentina presidents or anything. Or
I have no
idea.
I don't know what they're.
No, I just knew this. I was like, that's the king.
You recognize them, or you just okay? Yeah. I don't know if the commentators were saying it.
I kind of follow the royal family in Spain.
But I would say, well, let me go and say, overall, pretty good, decent tournament. It ended up being here in the States, Mexico, and Canada. Overall, yeah.
I think it was a good tournament. It was a good now out of like who was the best host, I really do think Mexico was the best host.
Definitely the
best host, best environment, best everything. But maybe I'm just being biased.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. All right. Well, that's our reaction to the World Cup final. We're gonna have to wait until another 4 years whenever the next one pops up in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for that.
So the reigning champ now will be going.
Yes,
the red.
That's really good.
Is it gonna stay home or is
it? Can I also get one of those? Is this gonna work?
Yeah, press it. You'll be able to.
What is that? I called that goal scorer being Ferran Torres.
Did you?
I said he's going to break
That's
his
right.
curse.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
But what was the scoreline that you had in that game?
And I said 2-1, but still,
okay.
I still got him. Still got him.
You still got your points for that one, anyways. Because me and Maria.
Yeah, no.
I was hoping for
we all wanted Spain to win, but technically the way it was going, we figured France and Argentina would win it.
Yeah.
But I'll admit I was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I can't say anything. Hold my hands behind my back. I can't say anything. But I will include this as well for the fact that I think if you are a Barca fan, either way, Spain winning, I mean, you got the majority of Barca already on Spain. And if you got Argentina, the only one I guess you can really say is like Messi.
Yeah.
Messi.
So I feel like it's a plus for Barca fans. If you're a Real Madrid fan, I mean, you're losing either way anyways. There were no Real Madrid players. I guess Cucurella is officially starting to become a Real Madrid player, but he's still, what?
He was a Barca player too, though.
He was.
He was a Barca player too.
It was a Barca B, right?
Yeah.
So he's doing a Patrol then.
He's
doing a Patrol.
I mean, there was 8 Barca players for the Spain team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then starting too necessarily. I mean, I know Pedri wasn't starting as much in Gavi and whatnot, but I mean, the most impactful players I want to say were from Barca. So Barca's doing a really good thing. Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna call it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Join the argument, join the the discussions. Yeah, no arguments. I don't even know. I don't think we had. We haven't had an argument at all. We've been agreeing for.
Agreeing for the most part. Just wait until
start waiting until like the regular season. We just start arguing with each other.
Oh, the America versus the Pumas games are gonna end up getting a little interesting,
a little heated.
Yeah, if one of us would have been a Real Madrid fan, that would have been
Don't call them because they'll start showing up.
We might have to find one. But if you guys enjoy the video, leave a like, comment down what was your favorite part from this World Cup, even as well from the finals, and then from there we'll catch you on to the next video. Other than that, we'll catch you guys later.
Bye.